I just stumbled on a video of a stripper coach. Yes, you heard me right. Follow me here. A stripper coach who's warning other modern women who may be interested in being a professional 304. We're talking about women who are willing to do something strange for a piece of change. And she's warning these chicks and telling them that it's not what you think it is. Because somehow, every so often, I guess according to this chick, a video will go viral of a woman showing off how much money she's made selling her cheeks. And apparently a lot of women, and a growing amount of them, are interested in trying to find out how they can also start participating what TikTok has categorized under the hashtag 304life.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Now, you might be thinking, Shisha, what does that have to do with the dating market, marriage, relationships? Well, I honestly do believe, and I've said this before in other videos, I've said, what's the difference between these chicks who only qualify a good man based on how much money he can contribute towards their lifestyle, all their bills? What's the difference between that and prostitution, right? Where you don't hear these chicks mention things like, I want a man with these type of values, whether it's values that have to do with his moral character. No, they focus on money 100% of the time. They're willing to do anything to lock down that type of man. Now, they do complain once they get that man with money and wonder why he lacks all these other attributes that they did not prioritize. And then you have the sheer sevens who encourage women to chase men for a bag.
How can I get men to pay my rent? Look good, baby. Get you an old one and ask them. That's how easy it is.
How do you make men pay for your makeup? Put some makeup on first. And don't tell them it's for makeup. Tell them it's for something else that makes it sound like they rescued you from a big problem. See, that's the problem with most ladies. You don't know how to get stuff. You don't have to tell them what crap is for. You don't have to tell them what the money is for and make it up, Hi, can I have some money for makeup? No. Hi, I need a new tire on my car. It's about this much money. Then take that money and go buy your makeup.
You have all these chicks refusing to settle down for anything less than a man who can fund their lifestyle or pay all their bills. I don't think it's far-fetched to think that that mindset amongst modern women has contributed to them being more lax and more open to pursuing a real 304 lifestyle.
304 talk was not your sign to become a 304. Let's leave the content and the enjoyment and the fun right where it is. Do not think that this is your sign to become a 304. It's a matter of time before somebody starts selling a course or an ebook, or a pimp starts, approaching you in your DMs because you're under this lady's page asking about how you can get in and how to get started. This is not drop shipping. This is not, a get rich quick scheme. Please do not do that. Please stop. Because I know that some of you are actively harassing these women for tips and tricks and how to get started. Stop it. Don't do it. What caused me a pause for concern, it's when I would click on the comments in the video and there's people actively asking these women how to get started. And even a creator on 304 Talk, she made a video about how people are asking her how she's not going to tell them anything. She's absolutely right. Stay in your lane. Don't do that. Many of you are only seeing the fun parts of it, and you've decided to put on your blinders and that you're going to truck through it for money. It's ma'am, you have a degree in marketing and communications. Go make that degree work for you. This is not it. We all need to put a stop. Not everything that people do, you got to be a part of.
Listen, I promise you heard what she said. She says, ma'am, you have a degree. Ma'am, you have a career. This is not for you. And some people may look at this and say, these can't be the same women who are out here talking about how they won't go 50-50 on bills or won't settle with a man and they deserve more. They can't be. Yes, they can. Drink the coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Yes, they can. And I do not think that it's too far-fetched to assume that they see no difference in this than being out here being a 304 to men who aren't paying them. That's how they probably looking at it. What do you think? Maybe you might look at it the same way. I definitely don't think it's the same thing. I think you're entering a very dark world there that probably comes with a lot of trade-offs that a lot of these chicks definitely do not show on camera. So she said something there. She said, it's only a matter of time that somebody comes out with some type of a course to teach other chicks and how to be a professional 304 out here selling their cheeks. So I don't know about a course, but this next chick says she's a stripper coach, which sounds close enough to me.
I learned that they are getting big money over there. Like, nobody is complaining of.
There were so many issues with this video, but I'm just going to start with the clip. The issue with 304 TikTok is the fact that everybody comes up here and glorifies the industry of when you don't understand any of the behind the scenes that goes into it. You take everything at face value and you assume that that's the lifestyle, that it's pretty, that you make all this money and you're just a bad. Of course you see when they make it on bands, but you don't see when they're crying and stressed out about their bills. Not enough people talk about the dark side of being a dancer. I don't know why everybody thinks that shit is glitter and gold. I'm Jasmine. I'm an ex-stripper turned stripper coach, and I'm here to tell you the truth about the 304 industry. People be lying, bro. Like, they get on this app and
she decided to transition to the business side. I do think it's, we are living in a different time when the strippers and actual 304s are out here serving coffee. We're living in a whole different generation. They're like, no, you're better than this. You're better than this.
They put on this persona that they got it all together. They making all this money, that they the biggest and the baddest, all this other shit. Meanwhile, they're miserable behind closed doors. They're literally having mental breakdowns. They are exhausted and drained and still can't afford to pay their bills.
Damn.
Yet they're still forced to work as a stripper because even though with making all that money, they can't seem to make good financial habits. So they have nothing to show for it other than bust down wigs, nails, and some pleasers. Y'all don't understand the spiritual effects, the psychological effects, the dangers of that environment. And y'all get up here, women, civilian women get up here to learn from workers in order to be more desirable to a man. Yet they turn around and talk shit about you're biting off their fashion sense. You want to learn pole dance like them. You want all the aesthetic of being a dancer, but you don't want any of the reality.
Hold on. That's some facts. That's that. Listen, what she just said right there is so on point. I just recently released a video that was talking about modesty and how men appreciate if they're looking at you as a woman who they want to consider for a long-term relationship and or marriage, that he wants his woman to be covered up, at least to his expectations, right? As a wife. This doesn't mean that you dress like a nun. This doesn't mean that you dress like a granny. No. Those men want their women to be sexy as well. But she said something right there I think is really interesting. She said, you guys want to dress like 304s. You want to look like 304s, which is what they would deny. And a lot of dudes and women will say, man, a lot of chicks today dress, you can't tell the difference between them and the chicks who are out here selling cat. And she's like, you want to bite off our style, but you don't want anything else that comes with the lifestyle. But it looks like some of them do and are interested in going full 304.
You don't want any of the side effects. So now we going out wearing pleasers and poster girl dresses. Y'all bite off workers. You're talking about, I need a trick. Yet you look down upon another woman who is a professional in that industry. Meanwhile, you're trying to learn any bit of information that you can to scrape crumbs out of a guy. The math is not mathing.
Scrape crumbs out of a guy. Must be bad out there. Scraping crumbs.
Do me a favor, okay? Stay off of 304 TikTok, please. Because you have lost your minds. You've lost your minds. All in the comments. Know your worth, queen. Charge more. If I were doing this, I'd do it for $2,500 an hour.
Why is that funny?
You would, huh? Okay, the man that you're on regularly, ask him for $1,000 right now. Not that you need it for rent, none of that. Ask him for $1,000 right now. If you can't do that, shut the f up. Shut the f up. Watch 2 or 3 TikToks, 3 or 4 TikToks and think they pimps. On here begging men for dates.
That's it. That's the whole video. I will say this. I think you do have to be careful when it comes to topics like this to not glorify the lifestyle, because at the end of the day, it's not an accomplishment. It's not an accomplishment. No one wants to have someone they care about and know that they have to result to this, regardless, whether it's adult content, on a website, whether it's OnlyFans. We've all gone online, watched the video. You don't come out of that feeling proud of everyone who participated, including yourself. Well, at least you shouldn't. You should feel bad, right? And that's what these chicks are pretty much trying to get across is, hey, there are times when there are tears and it is hard. And I don't believe if you ask any of these chicks, what did you want to do when you were younger, that they would name any of this shit, which is what's crazy about how the internet will glorify certain types of lifestyle without people knowing exactly what's going on behind the scenes.
Ignore my appearance, ignore my hair. I'm doing laundry, but I wanted to make this video because there are so many people trying to get into 304 talk and actually asking about how they can get started doing escort. And like I said before, I am not going to encourage that type of lifestyle. And the only reason why I'm not is like I literally just got attacked yesterday. Like I work the net, I work the carpet, and I also have been working the blade lately to just increase my income. And I need y'all to understand that like I've been doing this 9 years. And if you don't have some type of game or sense about yourself, you're not gonna know how to handle a grown man that is trying to attack you. Like if you don't know how to fight, if you don't know how to defend yourself, if you don't know how to think quickly, this is not going to be the type of job for you, because shit is going to, it's not if it'll happen, it's when, and if you have the mental capacity to deal with that and keep going. Like, I still have to go to work today. I still have to keep pushing. I can't just cry in a corner. Like, this is the type of job where you know what to expect, and if you don't have the mental capacity or just the heart to get through it, like, this is the streets for real. You gotta fight tricks, you gotta fight pimps, you gotta fight other. It's not for the weak. It's not this glamorous lifestyle. It can be glamorous. Like I have my high-end clientele, my high-end dates, my trips, my getting flued out. But like, it's a lifestyle and you want to get out of it as quickly as you can. I'm just in between right now. Like I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. I do struggle with mental illness. I do have some autism. Just recently diagnosed with that ADHD plus bipolar disorder. I have been misdiagnosed for years. So the reason why I haven't been able to get my shit together is because I've been misdiagnosed multiple times. So it's kind of hard to get your mental health together when you're misdiagnosed. And when you're a Black woman, it's really common to be misdiagnosed. Y'all watch these other on here lie about the type of money they're making, lie about the lifestyle they're living. The thing is, a lot of them are living that lifestyle, but they're not telling you the bad parts. They're like, oh, nothing has ever happened to me. Has never attacked me. They're lying. Like a girl just got choked out at the Palms like last month, right? She was 35, been doing this shit for forever, probably did it all the time. It's just like all it takes is that one time. You guys can kind of see the bruise a little bit, but the filter is kind of covering it. But yeah, like, and people are just like, how are you like fine right now? Because it's just like, I'm used to it. And you think, I don't ever want to get used to something like that. No, you don't. So before you want to sit here and think that you want to go sell some poom poom,
Wow.
do you have what it takes? Are you a weak little or do you have heart? People look at me like I'm 4'11", I have this little innocent face, but I know how to defend myself. I had to, but now he has a permanent left smile. For all the comments and questions asking about how to get into this lifestyle, how to get into this type of work, I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to tell you. The only people I give advice to are the people that I can clearly see are in the trade and just want extra like safety advice. But you have to be in the industry in order for me to give you any sort of advice. And honestly, I'm probably going to make a separate page or like create like a paywall for girls who are in the industry and want that information. But you're going to have to pay for that. This is something that needs to be gatekept because bitches die doing this shit. It's not a game. I could die doing this, but I know the risk.
Listen, I hear these type of stories. I think to myself, why would anybody hear all that? And in her situation, you know, sounds like there's a lot going on there. Very unfortunate. Why would anybody hear all that and think to themselves, I want to be a part of that? You have the actual people telling you not to. But you've convinced yourself that you want to be a part of that. There's no way you can convince me that all this doesn't go back and relate strongly back to the lack of strong fathers in the home and the breakdown of the family that we're seeing before our own very eyes.
I'm a 304. Of course I have them things on me at all times. 304. Of course people think I live in the hotel I trap out of. I'm a 304. Of course people think I'm dirty and nasty. I'm a 304. Of course I kick you out 5 minutes into our hour. I'm a 304. Of course people think I'm too pretty to do this. I'm a 304. Of course I've had 3 stalkers in the last year. I'm a 304. Of course people think I don't deserve love. I'm a 304. Of course people think I have a pimp.
Listen, guys, as always, I'm curious to know, what do you think? Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you as always for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.